friends, and community members. Please stand for the processional.
commencement exercises in this, the 135th year of Agnes Scott College, have now begun. Please be seated. As we commence our proceedings, I now invite our Julia Thompson Smith chaplain, the Reverend Sarah Hooker, to give our invocation. Chaplain Hooker.
Good morning. I extend this invitation to you all gathered here and afar to be in this moment, mind, body, and spirit, and join me in a posture of reflection and prayer. Spirit of wisdom and truth, today is for our graduates who have spent their time at this institution studying, learning, mastering, achieving, and becoming. Yes, they have focused on academic disciplines, yet they have excelled in another discipline, the discipline of hope. Perhaps, Holy One, this hope is representative of how it is that we look to you for guidance. You who gathers in, creates holy things, and reminds us of possibility. Persistence in the face of delayed possibilities reminds us of the expansiveness of this hope. Because it is this hope that can fill a void that seems as vast as the universe, where the echoes of injustice and pain ring on and on. Our experience in a broken world push us into the arms of this hope, hope that comes to fill the chasm as we remain convicted of these truths. The truth of justice, because we know that there is much work to be done before we fully realize equity for all. The truth of mercy, because each human being, unique and created in the image of the divine, deserves to be whole and healthy, known and beloved. The truth of humble steps, which will be taken up to and across this stage today, reminding each of us that we do not walk alone through life. Our graduates today have shown the relentless pursuit of these good works. Let each of us be harbingers of hope, daring to put to use all that we have attained during the time we have spent in this place, in classrooms, in dormitories, in play, in fellowship, in service to others. Each moment has been and will be an opportunity to help make our hope real. Graduates, may this day be confirmation of this hope that you carry, and a reminder to keep it held close into your life beyond this place. And may the rest of us here continue to encourage them on their journey ahead. In the name of the Holy One who has gathered us into this sacred space today, I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Hooker, for those beautiful words. Good morning. On behalf of the entire Agnes Scott community, it is my pleasure to welcome you here today. I also want to extend a warm Scotty welcome to our speaker, Wasfia Nazreen, class of 2006. And to trustee Dr. Tawana Ware, class of 1996, who is here representing the chair of the Board of Trustees, who could not join us today. And to acknowledge the class of 2024 student speaker, Evie McGovern. Also joining us on stage are other members of the Board of Trustees, the President and Vice President of the senior class, Courtney Wilson and Mia Jones. along with the vice presidents of the college and our amazing faculty. Thank you all for being here. And especially, I want to recognize all of you, guests, families, and friends who have come here to witness this momentous occasion. We are delighted that you have chosen to celebrate with us today. To our graduating seniors and graduate students, this is your day. I'm so happy that it's here. I am always amazed at the sense of excitement I get each and every spring as I stand here on this stage. It never gets old. First, to the blue class, the Stitches. 4 years ago, you began your Agnes Scott journey. It might not have always been what you expected. The environment in which you began was, well, to say the least, unique. You began your first semester remotely, unable to come to campus. Some of you were able to join us on campus the second semester, but we still were not able to gather together in classrooms. You all arrived your sophomore year and had your second orientation, this time in person. But as you progressed through your time here, you grew. You faced obstacles and overcame them. You developed new skills and discovered new aptitudes. You looked deep within yourselves and found qualities you never knew you had. From the moment you arrived on campus, you sprinted forward, capturing the full Agnes Scott experience in the 3 years you had left. You became torchbearers for our traditions: Black Hat, senior investiture, the ring ceremony, among others. I still remember how you decorated Alston as a disco. Now that's something that's going to stay with me. You took full advantage of those formative years and developed into outstanding global leaders. One of you, Madison Jennings, was even named a Rhodes Scholar. For those of you who may not be aware, there are only 32 Rhodes Scholars in the country, so we are so proud of Madison. You showed your appreciation for the power of legacy, celebrating the 50th anniversary of our first Black graduate, Edna Lowe Swift. And you displayed your strong sense of connection with each other through your selection of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch as your class mascot, fully embracing the quote, "Ohana means family. Family means nobody is left behind or forgotten." Now, 4 years later, those qualities are key markers of who you are and what you present to the world. Each of you has become a complete person, much more than when you arrived. And yet, you've set the stage for continued growth, development, and fulfillment after you leave this campus. Make no mistake, you will face challenges. We all do. But our capacity for achievement is always informed by our experience. And your experience at Agnes Scott has been designed from the very beginning to prepare you for what comes next. You are now equipped to take your place in your communities, workplaces, and the world, to contribute your voice and offer your perspective. So start building a career, a legacy, whatever you choose, to embark on another journey that will lead you to even greater accomplishments. Many of you will seek to further your education at places like the University of Chicago, Ohio State, Caltech, Oxford, the University of Edinburgh, and closer to home at Morehouse School of Medicine, Emory Law School, and Georgia Tech. Others will move directly into careers, joining Teach for America, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, Marcus Autism Center, and major corporations such as Volkswagen Group of America and Target Corporation. You should not face this journey with any doubt or hesitation. Your entire life is before you, with all its endless possibilities. You should embrace that moment. I have no doubt that you are ready. To the 2024 graduates of the master's programs, congratulations. I always feel a special sense of pride in our graduate students because the path to postgraduate degree can be especially challenging. Many of you have had to integrate your academic aspirations with real-world possibilities, full-time jobs, families, sometimes with children or parents to care for, and at the same time you work toward your degree. To pursue an advanced degree under such circumstances requires an extra level of commitment, a strength of character that frankly not everyone can manifest, but you did. And your presence here today is evidence of that trait. This strength of character will serve you well in whatever field you choose or endeavor you pursue. You leave here today armed with the knowledge that you can rise above the necessary intrusions of daily life. You can apply the focus, drive, and ambition that define any notable accomplishment. You can excel and achieve with lasting commitment to personal growth and professional development. So, to all of today's graduates, I leave you with this. Your Agnes Scott family, faculty, staff, alumni, trustees will be with you always. We are part of you, and you are a part of us. As I said earlier, you are ready for whatever comes next. I know this beyond a shadow of a doubt. Just being here tells me you are smart, resourceful, and yes, innovative. You are honorable and live your life with integrity. You do not shrink from adversity. You embrace principle, and you think deeply. You enthusiastically engage with the great challenges of our time, because that way lies real progress. And you are not alone. You will never be alone. You will carry the symbols of your time here, the ring, the photos, the memories, all of your life. And people who make up the community will always be here for you, including some that you may not have met yet. The thousands of alumni who populate our global society and stand ready to support their fellow Scotties anytime, anywhere. So as you stand together today, know that we are so proud of you. Know that your family and friends are proud of you, and we always will be. And know that we believe in you, and the great things you will do, and the great things you leave behind, and the great and lasting difference you will make. You are Scotties, now and always. Thank you. Before we move on to our speakers, I want to mention that students who have earned honors and prizes this spring, including those elected to Phi Beta Kappa, are listed in your program. Please join me in congratulating these students. And now it is my great pleasure to introduce the 2024 class speaker, Evie McGovern. Evie was selected to represent the class through a competitive contest. A senior from Lexington, Georgia, Evie will graduate with a double major in international relations and women's gender and sexuality studies with a religious studies minor. She's been an active student leader across all 4 years of her time here at Agnes Scott. Please welcome Evie McGovern.
Y'all gotta tell me if this hood falls off. Hey, friends. Good morning, class 626, and all the supporters, family, friends, faculty, and staff that are here to celebrate us today. First, I owe a special shout out to my best friends, Jenga Jim, and most especially, Marissa and Michelle. As someone who is deeply not a morning person, I also have to thank you all for getting up so early to come out here today and sit under the potential for very hot sun while we finally get a graduation. That's right. In case anyone somehow forgot, this is the previous class of 2020 coming back with a vengeance to get all the senior milestones we missed before. Let's get the obligatory stuff out of the way, okay? COVID-19, resilience, virtual first year, Zoom University, no journeys. To all of the admin and the other classes, you're finally free of our griping. Enjoy your peace. I don't want to stand here and dwell on the unfortunate backdrop of our college career. I think we're all pretty sick of it. While you can't know what our path has been like without acknowledging the pandemic, there is so much more to our Scottyhood than what we didn't get. And this is coming from someone who joined student government just to gripe about journeys, so you know I'm serious. Instead, I do want to talk about Scotty spirit. Let me take y'all back really quick to my first tour at Agnes, a world many, many years away, 2019. You may have heard me say this before, but I had zero interest in Agnes Scott College when my mom made me tour. Just give it a shot, she said on our drive up. And so against my interests, I toured Agnes Scott College just about 5 years ago exactly. My tour guide, Emil Green, completely changed my mind. Not because the tour was particularly mind-blowing, although the gorgeous buildings were definitely a plus, but because of how she answered my questions. To be honest, I was worried about feeling excluded at a historically women's college. Coming from a small rural Georgia town, I hadn't had the chance yet to be fully myself, and I didn't want to be confined into an identity based on the status of a school. So I asked Emil, what's it like? How do students deal with each other? Am I going to be looked at differently here? Her response, and this one really hooked my mom, was that at Agnes, you never have to fight for a seat at the table. You don't even have to pull up your own chair and squeeze to fit. Someone will always just pull one up for you. Typical Scotty move, right? To be so welcoming and warm to a total stranger that they change the entire trajectory of their future. Between my mom repeating the quote on the drive home and the comparisons I unconsciously made between every other college I toured in Agnes, I figured this was it for me. And now, 5 years later, and with the degree very rapidly approaching, I can say I agree with Emil. My worries were quickly put to rest as I found a community that welcomed me as my fullest self for the first time. And I can't imagine having spent the last 4 years anywhere else. apart from my literal childhood bedroom that first year, but you get the point. This isn't to say that there's never been any disagreement between Scotties. I wouldn't be the first one to tell you that the drama can be legendary, and the Instagram page is unhinged. But there's always a Scottie who wants the best for you, and in turn, it's easy to want the best for your Scottie siblings. If you've ever been in Evan's dining hall, you've been subject to the silliness and perhaps volume of my friends and I at lunch. Maybe you've heard us sing Happy Birthday at decibels previously unreached by Scottie kind. Often this meal requires asking many of you, hey, are you using the extra seats at your table? Chairs are always literally being pulled up to our table. No matter who one of us brings along, there will always be a chair, even when it lands us with a 14-person table and little room to navigate our meals. I know you all have your daily rituals too. While the pulling up a chair might not be quite so literal for all of us, Emil was right to say that this support is a defining trait of Scotties. You email scholarship applications to each other even when you're also applying. If a friend is out of declining, you front them on a pint of ice cream at Molly's. From ghostwriting emails to professors for an anxious friend, to grabbing dinner for your roommate with a night class, we're always looking out for each other. It's these little actions that build our sense of community and empower us to go further, extending that Scottie spirit outside of just our student friendships. We talk a lot about the Agnes bubble, this little biosphere we carve out for ourselves here and how it differs from the real world around us. As the reality of graduating and leaving the Agnes bubble approaches, you may have been wondering, what do I do now? But I've never agreed with this separation, the idea that we aren't living in the real world right now. Internships at the Capitol, research presentations in different states, fighting for living wages on campus, and calling for ceasefire in Gaza. We bring Scottie spirit into everything we do. There was a time before you were at Agnes. There will now be a time after you are at Agnes, but you will never not be a Scottie. As we prepare to take our degrees and walk the stage, I want to emphasize that you are already succeeding outside of this bubble. That idea is just the name we've given to this space where we choose to come together, but it only exists because of what we've all brought into it. When you leave here today, you carry with you the ability to pull up a chair for someone and show them what it means to share a little bit of that Scottie spirit. Remember what made your time here so unique, those only at Agnes moments, and bring them with you as you move forward into jobs, grad school, and every upcoming facet of your life. I don't mean dress like it's bonfire every day, but bring your unabashed, unconditionally supportive energy and maybe a healthy dose of challenge for the rules. We are such a passionate group of people, even from day one. Through the encouragement of our professors, the campus staff, and our supporters in the audience, that passion has only grown. We're better for the time that we've spent together. Not to be a sap, but I'm gonna miss y'all. Even still, I am infinitely eager to see where your lives take you, and I'm certain the real world has no idea what's coming for it. We may not have seen the last 4 years coming with our 2020 vision, but I can confidently say that I can't imagine having gone through them with a better group of people. Even more so, I've had the great privilege and the greater fun of getting to know you all through SGA, and every single Scottie I've interacted with has enriched my life in their own way. 2 years ago, I had the honor to speak with you at our sophomore ring ceremony. I asked you to be loudly proud of each other and to let the momentum of being halfway through with our undergraduate degree move you forward with assurance and intention. Now that we're all the way through, I want to revisit this charge and share a departing hope. Franz Kafka, my favorite author, summarized in his journal what I hope the future brings you all in one sentence. I am wishing you courage and confidence and no misunderstandings. I don't think I would have gotten through the last 4 years without a good journaling session, so I had to pull from his journal. Friends, as you leave here today, I ask you to remember the pride and accomplishment you feel whenever you look at your rings. And again, to always be loudly proud of each other. And of course, never hesitate to pull up a chair for someone. Cheers to the class of 2024. We've made it.
Thank you, Evie, for those empowering words and for your outstanding leadership and for the fact that you always pull up a chair for others as well. Once again, a round of applause for Evie. This morning, it is a thrill for all of us to welcome back to Agnes Scott, Mountaineer Wasfia Nazreen. Wasfia is a trailblazing force of nature. She's the first Bengali and only Bangladeshi to scale the 7 summits, the highest mountain on each continent. She also conquered the world's most unpredictable and deadly mountain, the treacherous K2. She is the only woman to hold the simultaneous titles of National Geographic Explorer and Adventurer. Abandoned by her mother at age 13, Wasfia's early life was marked by tragedy. But following her graduation from Agnes Scott, she went on to achieve unparalleled heights. A pivotal moment came when she befriended His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama. Inspired by that relationship, she immersed herself in meditation, initiations, and practice, began to work to catalyze positive change to our planet. As a groundbreaking explorer, adventurer, and expedition expert, she led others on transformative journeys into nature, where they forged lasting connections with self, humanity, and the earth. Wasfia is a vocal proponent of human rights and environmental causes. Her dedication to these efforts has made her a symbol of empowerment and change in South Asia. There is even an award-winning film on her life titled Wasfia on the National Geographic Channel. Please give a big Scotty welcome to Wasfia Nazreen. Wasfia.
Thank you, President Zach, for that very kind intro. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How is everyone doing? It's graduation time, yeah. Big thanks to entire Agnes Scott College community, the Board of Trustees, my beloved faculty and staff who are all over, some behind me, some here, some there, retired professors, lecturers. I'm sorry I can't see all of you. Proud parents, guardians. My family, both chosen and given, and friends who have traveled from afar, thank you. My Scottish siblings, and especially the class of 2024, thank you for giving me this opportunity to address your commencement. You know, before I was flying here, I live in LA now, bougie LA. A friend was like, oh, this must be your most, biggest gig, because I do speaking gigs for a living. And I said, this ain't a gig for me. I'm going home. I've returned to the first home of my young adult life, where I groomed and found the foundation for my independent self. And by the way, this is the first time I'm getting to wear the robe because I didn't attend my own graduation, because I had already fled off to the Himalayas and was settled there when the ceremony took place. To be very honest and real, after almost 20 years, that was the excuse I gave at that time, but the real reason why I chose not to attend was that at that point in my life, I was so wounded and broken and hurt internally from childhood traumas and missing my parents, and the fact that neither of my parents, who were alive at that time, wasn't going to consciously attend my graduation ceremony. I wasn't healed like I am now to see that all my professors would be there for me as my parents, like they have arrived now 2 decades later. So thank you. This is also my graduation party. From the tender age of 12, following the abandonment by the woman who gave birth to me and a series of very traumatic events that took place as a result of that, including separation from my loving Abbu, my father, I had to take a lot of load on my back from the very young age. Even as a fresh teenager, I had a really strong urge in the midst of all this chaos to free myself, and the only way I knew how to do that was to go for education. And I didn't want to just get educated. I wanted quality education. I contacted my aunt, Chobi Rof, who was living in a different city, Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh. She was really the God-sent angel in my life. I told her that I wanted to learn English. At that time, our mother tongue is Bengali, and I was in a Bengali medium school. So she took me in, along with her husband, my uncle Nat Rof, and I moved cities at the age of 13 on my own, worked really hard through middle and high school, and as soon as college time came, I applied to various colleges in US, UK, and Australia. But you see, I didn't have money. No one was going to pay for me. I wrote an essay on the pain of parental abandonment, and that gave me a scholarship to this college in a place called Decatur, Georgia. I had applied to that college because another cousin of mine, Rubaya Hassan, had been there. I had heard from her, and please, she arrived all the way. I'm seeing her after 2 decades, class of 2002. But in my mind, America, all of America was literally New York, what we saw on TV. This is, of course, before smartphone era. I boarded a flight on my own from Dhaka to Atlanta at the tender age of 18 going into 19, and all my aunts, not blood related, not all of them are blood related. There's a whole auntie culture in South Asian. I'll go into that later. But they were all crying, some pretend crying at the airport as if they were marrying me off. And, I was thrilled. I was beyond thrilled to get the hell out of there, thinking I'm going to New York or something that looked like New York. As I was hopping into the Dhaka immigration, one of those aunts squeezed me by the elbow and said, it's very derogatory in Bengali, but I'll do the decent English translation. Do not return as a lesbian. I don't have much recollection of what I responded, but in my mind, I said to myself, I am ever coming back, lesbian or not. In that flight, in the background, music in my head, not in the airline, Luda's Coming to America was playing. Luda meaning ludicrous. Please don't Google the lyrics. Everyone Googling right now. I knew in my heart that I was coming to some place that looked kind of similar to maybe New York City, because that was my idea of America, but then I landed in Decatur, Georgia. Now, I'm never going to be that auntie or big sister who's going to look down and tell you, Oh, honey, when I was your age, baby doll, things were very different. But when I was your age, Decatur was very different. It was an era when Atlanta, or Hotlanta, and several cities of the South blew across the world as the hub known as Dirty South. Dirty South was a particular genre of American hip-hop music that emerged in southern United States. Even though, as a teenager, I didn't quite understand all of English words, hip-hop taught me my first English and my first curse words. I initially had planned to give you a taste of that music on stage, but when majority of the lyrics were being printed, I thought that would not be appropriate. So we're going to do an experiment. Please help me welcome Dr. Woo Eung Kwon, the amazing pianist, who might do some of who we will try to align some of the Dirty Sound tunes in piano. Feel free to groove from your seats if you desire, or you could meditate with this version, as it turned out to be soothingly calming. When I move, you groove, just like that. Hotlanta also taught me it's not where you from, but where you pay rent, and that we could be cooler than polar bears' toenails. Those are the lines from Outkast's song, in case someone doesn't recognize. I also learned how to say, it's never a showdown here, it's a hoedown. In my first semester, in search of spiritual enlightenment, I sought out yoga classes in all of Decatur and ended up in this dance studio that had classes listed as tap dancing, yoga, West African drumming, Pilates, and then booty clapping. Now, I was familiar with that term through hip hop. I am seeing my auntie's face, who warned me at the airport right now. I was familiar with those terms, but I had no idea that there's a whole world and a galaxy and a universe out there when it comes to that. And I must confess that since then, I've been blessed to see clapping in all 6 continents. I'd add the 7th, but in Antarctica, all the clapping that was happening were from penguins and seals. But no clapping quite like the Hotlanta booty clapping. AC was quite diverse in my time already, and I was impressed to learn how exceptionally diverse the current student body is and that there's no ethnic majority on campus. How beautiful is that? More than 60% of our students, I'm going to say our because it's my college, our students are persons of color. Approximately 40% of students are recipients of federal Pell Grants, and nearly a third of the first in their families to attend college. When the college awarded me the Outstanding Young Alumni Award in 2016, Summit had just launched, a program that I'm mighty proud of. Summit is Agnes Scott's unique experience in which every student, every first-year students went abroad and completes a core curriculum focused on global learning, leadership development, and professional success. It was one of such grants, back then it was called something different, based on global learning, that initially had taken me to a place called Dharamsala, based in the northern part of India, where the exiled Tibetan community is headquartered. And when I landed there, amongst the various groups of people I met, I bumped into this group of women who were, some of whom were former nuns, some of whom were just lay practitioners, Tibetan Buddhist practitioners, and each of them had gone through enormous torture and abuse in their life. Yet, they were sitting there, glowing, radiating positive light, and doing some practices called Tonglen and such that are really popular now, to take on the negative karma of their enemies and send them good merits. Now, this was a concept that was very new to me, and I thought I had it wrong. I thought everything bad happened to me. This group of women, along with their entire civilization, their lands taken, their religions destroyed, yet they have not a single ounce of revenge-like feeling in them. Instead, they're treating their enemies with compassion. And so at that time, the timeline was I had a work permit. Back then, it was very hard to get a work permit for international students. And I was supposed to come here and join the good life in America. But in that trip back home, I decided to forsake that and had a yard sale where all my professors came and bought insignificant things like Nirvana poster, and I don't remember, like used bed sheets and stuff. And it gave me enough money to get one-way ticket back to Dharamsala, and I left with no guarantee, and the rest is history. Shortly after, I was blessed with the friendship of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the 1989 Nobel Peace Laureate and the leader of the Tibetan people, who has been leading from exile the longest-running non-violent resistance against one of the most powerful regime on the planet, the CCP. Kundun, as we like to call him, the one with the presence, it was really through his friendship and his presence in my life that I started healing all those traumatic childhood events. And while working with Tibetans on human rights and environmental issues, I'd travel a lot in the Himalayan belt, spanning all the way from Nepal, Tibet, and just as a pastime, because I happened to be around Sherpa people. Sherpa people are the local inhabitants of the Everest region, who are originally Tibetan. Sherpa means coming from the east of Tibet. Then I realized how slowly that these big expeditions essentially were actually pilgrimages for me. And shockingly enough, my body was getting good at it. Kundun took a great interest in my climbs and was always eager to hear. However, our approach to climbing is very different. You see, the Himalayas are mountains where all our gods and goddesses live. In fact, Everest is a British dude's name. Oh, the British. Don't get me started on them. The local name of the mountain is Chomolungma, where Miolang Sangma, mother goddess of the universe, a feminine entity, lives. And before approaching the mountain, we have elaborate pujas or rituals where we surrender whatever we have at the foot of the goddess. And then we seek her permission to walk on her body. I mean, I don't want to climb Everest's body, like a British dude's body. I would rather be on Chomolungma's body. And then when we look for signs, and when we get the good omen, as predicted by or confirmed by the local Lama, only then we approach the mountain. With the height of 8848.86 meters or 29,031 feet, this is the mightiest, the tallest mountain. However, it's a living goddess entity. She's awake and alive, and she's known as the goddess of inexhaustible giving. This month, in about 2 weeks, marks 12 years since I was blessed to reach the top of the world at the young age of 29. While majority climbers think they have conquered the mountain when they summit, for me, it was one of the most profound spiritual journeys, one of surrender, refuge, and healing. I was not the same person when I came down from that mountain, the big mama that she is, that I will share shortly. When I descended after the summiting, before I could even reach base camp, all my realities had changed. Everyone who had abandoned and rejected me were now on the ground in Dhaka fighting to take credit. All of a sudden, I had more uncles and aunts than I ever knew. I was getting all kinds of offers, brands, gigs, blah, blah, blah. But the funniest was how many marriage proposals I got. I became, all of a sudden, a national figure for a country that's smaller than the state of Iowa and a growing population of 170 million. And then I became an overnight celebrity. I'm so glad you know this song. It's by Twista. In one of those Everest receptions, held by the only Nobel laureate of Bangladesh, Professor Muhammad Yunus, many of you may have studied his work with microcredit. There was another distinguished guest who was visiting from America. It was former F-16 fighter pilot and NASA astronaut Ron Garan. Ron had just come back from space, and Yunus introduced us saying exactly that, and then looked at me and she said, she just came back from top of the world. I looked at Ron and shrugged and said, I don't think I can beat that, but I know we will get along very well. Thus started our friendship, which is now 12 plus years old. He has been a brother and an ally ever since. Now, nobody in that millions of crowds knew or could tell, because I was very good at masking, or even asked, how are you doing, Wasfia, really, internally? You see, after the biggest high comes the biggest low. It was one of the most depressing times of my life, yet on the daily, I had to be Wasfia Nazreen, be on stage and attend back-to-back ceremonies and reception. And you see, fame is a tricky thing. From the outside, it may look very appealing, but when we don't know how to deal with it, it can really get us off the course. So, at that time, Ron taught me two concepts that I want to introduce. One, the overview effect, and the orbital perspective. The latter, orbital perspective, was coined by him. That has really helped me process a lot of trauma that I was carrying, grief, and then dissolve the divisions that lied in my mind. Forgive my enemies, or perceived enemies, and I hope it's beneficial for everyone. The overview effect is a term to describe the cognitive shifts that happens or have been reported by many astronauts while viewing the Earth from space. To quote from the American Psychological Association, researchers have characterized the effect as a rare state of awe with self-transcendent qualities precipitated by a particular striking visual stimulus. The most important common aspects of personally experiencing the Earth from space are appreciation and perceptions of beauty, unexpected and overwhelming emotion, and an increased sense of connection to other people and the Earth as a whole. The effect can cause changes in the observer's self-concept and value system and can be transformative. Now, I don't think you need to travel all the way to space to have that realization and profound connection to Earth, but this effect and the intensity of it, I felt from several mountaintops, including from the mighty Chomolungma, otherwise known as Everest. Now, if we could just come back to in our space, in our bodies. If you want to close your eyes, you're welcome. I just want to take you on an overview, orbital perspective experience. If those who are watching online, if you're driving a car, please don't attempt this right now. Let's take 3 deep breaths in our own speed. And see if you can bring your mind slowly from your body out and start going up above the body. Still keeping an eye on your body that's on Earth, but you're as if looking at your body and slowly going up, up, above the clouds, above the blue sky. And there are no borders from space. We only have one home, Mother Earth. And we have to share this home. Where are we when you look at that body? Who are around you? How do we treat them? How is our heart to them? Is it open? Is it closed? Just reflect on this. Now, from this perspective, if I ask the audience, how many of you would like to see peace on earth? Raise your hand. Wow, I'm very proud of all of you. How many actually believe that peace on earth is possible in our very lifetimes? Raise your hand. Thank you. Now slowly come back. As I was saying earlier, from that space of K2 and Everest, sorry, I didn't get to K2. So Everest is Chomolungma, and K2 is locally called Choguri, king of mountains, a masculine entity. Now, when I'm talking about masculine, feminine, it's energies, not gender. We all have those energies. And if you look from space, where Everest is and where K2 is, it literally looks like a backbone, and in yoga, like the head and the tail of the backbone. And it's interesting how British just came and renamed everyone K1, K2, K3, K4. I mean, Cassandra would be better named, no? Like, so Choguri, locally called in Balti language, is 28,251 feet. It's more people have gone to space than stood on the summit of K2. Before I arrived, there were two lists. 18 women historically had reached the top, but then even that number is shorter because some of them died on the way down, so those don't count. So it was just to give you a glimpse of how, like, Everest has been climbed by thousands and thousands of people. K2, location-wise, it's in the border of, geopolitically speaking, in the middle of Pakistan, India, Kashmir, massive army zone. No Bangladeshi was allowed to enter that territory. Now, I won't get into our history, but back then, we were all one country, the Brownies, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan. Bangladesh was called East Pakistan. What is now Pakistan was West Pakistan. In my parents' lifetime, we went through the Independence Liberation War, and I was the first Bangladeshi in 50 years of Bangladesh's existence to get the climbing permit to enter that territory. Growing up, there is not a positive thing that I heard about Pakistan. I didn't live through the war, but I was traumatized by stories of what Pakistani army had done to us and our parents' generation. And all that may be true. So I prepared well, I'm not taking anything away from the genocide of Bengalis or anything. Actually, Professor Dr. Khwaja, who I was looking for earlier, if anyone taken his post-colonial literature class, that's where I was taught by a Pakistani about my own, people's genocide done by his group of his side of the border. But when I actually arrived in Pakistan, from the waiter to a street person to the army general to people from all walks of life, the way they treated me, the way they supported me, the way they cheered for me. On my last push to the summit, 7 Pakistanis were praying the whole time because their Bengali sister had returned back and was now climbing the hardest mountain on the planet. The love, respect, and hospitality I experienced from Pakistans from all walks of life, I will cherish it till my last breath. I give that example to just differentiate between, give you an idea of power structures and how they work. People to people's connection, heart to heart connection when we're open. I might not agree with you, but I should be able to have a conversation with you. I should be able to sit down and have a meal with you. On a more personal level, the climb of K2, which was another pilgrimage of a lifetime, healed me in the sense that I was not going to hold or pass on that generational trauma down. This is where it ends. Side note, my last chapter of my memoir is called My Eggs Are Trauma-Free. Now, more than ever before, we as a human race need to heal. And I'm not saying it because May is Mental Health Awareness Month. I often hear the words, save the planet. To be frank, Mother Nature doesn't need us to save her. She can take us off the face of the planet in a fraction of a second. I have witnessed this over and over again since I was a child to now. Earthquakes, tsunamis, cyclones, everything gone in the flash of a second. If anything, we humankind, we need to heal ourselves. And then, when we heal ourselves, we automatically heal the planet. I think if we healed ourselves both personally and collectively, half of the world's problems will be gone. Sorry, I'm running a bit of time, but I'm getting very emotional. Pardon me. Sorry if I cry. Currently, as we all know, there is widespread dissatisfaction, grief, and anger around all of U.S. college campuses, and I see all of them out there. I see myself as a student. We cannot be out of touch with the outrage of people. We have to be, more than ever before, make room for dialogue and hear each other, even if we disagree. Let's sit together. And just as there should be absolutely no tolerance on any campuses which are safe zones for people to learn and educate for any kind of anti-Semitism or any form of discrimination against a particular group of people, there has to be strapped-up strategies and efforts made for dialogues and actions to build trust, safety, and most importantly, peace. We are here for a very short time. Life is so short. I don't care which perceived side we are at. I think we can all agree that no more innocent children or other lives can be killed and wiped out like this. Because that is the right thing to do. I also want to remind everyone that the good people of America, I believe in you, and that when every time we divide and fight like this, some other people in this side of the map are laughing at us. We need to unite. We need to collectively gather and heal. So let's unite, please. Let's keep on pushing those in power for a permanent ceasefire. Then let's try to really open our hearts and hear each other from a place of compassion. Compassion, just the simple act of wishing others to be free from suffering. Compassion is the complement to love or loving kindness, the wish for others to be happy. And when we are fully able to do that, we set ourselves free. With that, I'm going to just quickly mention 7 points that I wish someone told me when I was your age. I know you're all wiser beyond your age, but I'm just going to throw these down. We all have to, when we go out there, before we go out there, please know your worth. Because if you don't know your worth, the world will not see your worth. Unplug from the algorithm, tune into your own rhythm. please do not base your self-respect on what you see on Instagram and TikTok. Trust me, I live in LA. None of those people are happy. With everything in life, number 3, with anything and everything in life, having a set intention why you're doing it and having the right motivation is the key. Otherwise, when fame and things like that come in, it's very easy to get tossed off from your path. Number 4, embrace difficulties and obstacles, because only in times of struggle will you learn your deepest lessons. Number 5, transform all obstacles into opportunities. Embrace all obstacles. Number 6, remember, summit is only half of the climb. The descent is way more dangerous, and you need to plan ahead and prepare for that. Don't get lost in the achievement. Yes, you will celebrate all your achievements, but pace yourself. Pace for the longer run. Number 7, with power must come humility. When you reach the top, of course acknowledge, look back, only to see how far you've come, and then celebrate. But remember, we must stay humble and grounded like a tree. Now I'm going to close off with a poem for the class of 2024, homage to the poetry nights at Java Monkey we used to have in downtown Decatur back in the day when I was your age. I pulled an all-nighter last night, tweaking from an old poem because I just wanted to have last memory of how we did it in senior class. So sorry if it's not too groovy. Class of 2024. You're the cloud, the rainbow, the dancer wandering through the sky. You are that rebel no one can tie, the fire that multiplies, the water that breathes life into the unconscious, the thunder no one dares to reckon with, the adventure people seek only in dreams. May you be that tree with roots all the way back to the stars. May you whirl with eternal grace, and may you be protected from the mother's wrath. May you be the light, the clarity, the luminosity, singing beyond all realms of disparity. May your mind be free. Now go, class of 2024, fly and stay high.
Thank you, Wasfia, for those inspirational words, and also for that worldview in so many ways. Thank you for being here. We're so proud of you. We're so proud of you of being a Scotty. Another round of applause. And now, please join me in welcoming Collegiate Chorale for their performance of Closer to Fine and Lift Every Voice and Sing.
I'm trying to tell you something about my life. Maybe give me insight between black and white. And the best thing you've ever done for me is to help me take my life less seriously. It's only life after all. Yeah. Well, darkness has a hunger that's insatiable, and lightness has a call that's hard sailed my ship of safety till I sank, and I'm crawling on your shores.
Wasn't that beautiful? Agnes Scott Collegiate Chorale. Woo! I would now like to invite Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean of the College, Rachel Bowser, to join me. We now turn to the conferring of bachelor degrees, after which students will come forward to receive their diplomas.
Will the members of the class of 2024 receiving the Bachelor of Arts please stand? President Zapp, upon the approval of the faculty of Agnes Scott College, I present the members of the class of 2024 whose attainments in this college entitle them to the degree of Bachelor of Arts.
On the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority invested in me by the Board of Trustees of Agnes Scott College, I hereby confer upon those candidates whose names will be read here the degree of Bachelor of Arts, with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Jadia Agabusu Monday, cum laude. Meredith Agee, cum laude. Noma Acarolo. Llewellyn Dean Aldrich, magna cum laude. Ariana Almond. Rose Haval Ahmedi, cum laude. Grace Elizabeth Ashton, summa cum laude. Komal Babar. Jada A. Beasley. Joran Bellinger. Sophia Louise Bellissimo, cum laude. Tamia Bender, magna cum laude. Janice Marquia Bennett. London Meadows Barago. Lucas Bixler, cum laude. Bridget Antoinette Bowman, cum laude. Juliana Faith Bragg. Belinda Grace Brooks, magna cum laude. Kayla Marie Brooks Bryant. Marcel Renee Brooks. Katie Broussard. China Brown, cum laude. Sydney Nicole Burks. Styx Buzzhart. Cassandra Calixt, summa cum laude. Isabella Rose Carbone, cum laude. Emily Catherine Carlson, magna cum laude. Ellie Carr, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Clardy. Kimberly Renee Clark, summa cum laude. Annie Clark Clunan. Victoria Alejandra Colon Lopez, cum laude. Isabella Cordell, summa cum laude. Oliver Windsor Coughlin, cum laude. Summer Davis, cum laude. Dax Alessandra Delvira, summa cum laude. Kaylin Dix, cum laude. Caroline Peyton Dixon. Melina Dixon. Nyla Janine Dix. Layana Drummond. Sophia Ebbett, magna cum laude. Neogoshima Edith Rose, cum laude. Madison Ellerby Muse, magna cum laude. Nicole Fong, magna cum laude. Mina Foster. Julia Marie Frank. Fabiola E. Garcia Lopez, summa cum laude. Cyan Garcia. Raquel Nadira Garcon, magna cum laude. Isabella Celestine George. Cameron Glasgow. Arismari Nicole Gonzalez. Abigail Elizabeth Gross. Isabella A. Guadalupe. Nia Simone Harris. Simone Elise Harris. Sophie Harris, summa cum laude. Wanru He, cum laude. Tanya Hernandez, magna cum laude, summa cum laude. Sorry. Tiffany Alexandra Hernandez Salinas, cum laude. Giovanna Kathleen Hill, magna cum laude. Sophia Carolee Hom, cum laude. Jordan B. Hood, cum laude. Reagan Darren Brooks Hutto. Elena Yanzito. Nancy Jerry Irogo, cum laude. Nadia Michaela Jackson, magna cum laude. Kat Jansen, magna cum laude. Madison Marie Jennings, summa cum laude. Taylor C. Johnson, cum laude. Mia D. Jones, cum laude. Tasneem Kadri, magna cum laude. Silmi Karim Kanji. Eli Kuhn. Joanne Susan Kuriakos, magna cum laude. Sana India Larina Lacour, magna cum laude. Tiffany Lom, cum laude. Bailey Madison Ledbetter. Sierra Lee. Naticia Lewis, cum laude. Jacqueline Lopez Ramirez. Rejoice Nadid Lopuke Latyam. Marley Marie Lloyd. Kennedy Reed Lynn, cum laude. India Vashtai Mabin. Alexia Macias. Lisandra Macio Hernandez. Paxton Martin, magna cum laude. Michelle Martinez Lopez. Catherine Mazur, magna cum laude. Susan Layton McGarry. Evie Prin McGovern, magna cum laude. Jasmine Amina McKeel, magna cum laude. Megan Alexandra McKinnon. Erica Llewellyn McLeod. Alexis Phyllis Nashay Medley. Sierra Kelly Moore. Chevanice Murphy. Athena B. Murray, cum laude. Rihanna Naipaul, magna cum laude. Ayana Nicole Nanton. Carson Elaine Neubauer, magna cum laude. Margaret Ann Newman, cum laude. Cindy Wynn, magna cum laude. Lily Catherine Olander, summa cum laude. Sajada Milan Parker. Audrey Elizabeth Partington, magna cum laude. Sage S. Pasquale, summa cum laude. Rebecca Patterson. Rebecca Ann Louise Phillips, cum laude. Angelique Pierre Louis. Janelle Pirette. Kaya Christine May Pearson. Leslie Giselle Polina. Rowan Potorf. Chastity Powell. Sydney Queen. Royale Randall. Elizabeth Dawn Red, magna cum laude. Leela Grace Reed, summa cum laude. Kendall Austin Riley, magna cum laude. Tony Lene Risker. Kai Nashay Robinson. Rebecca Ellison Robinson, summa cum laude. Erica Danielle Rodriguez. Marissa Lynn Riles de la O. Rafael Albizu Santos, cum laude. Hattie Sanyang. Hannah Savage, magna cum laude. Kaisa Rose Sazama Framil. Sophia Shaw. Eve A. Shoemate, cum laude. Natalie Slaughter, cum laude. Hannah Sloth, magna cum laude. Madeline Daly Speed, summa cum laude. Rebecca Elizabeth Sperry. Cameron Iree Georgiana Thomas. Joy Olivia Shaltong Tidwell, cum laude. Destiny Tayane Tonye Tisdale, summa cum laude. Asher Torres, summa cum laude. Valentina Pearl Turner. Emily Hall Utes, magna cum laude. Noni Amina Vaughn. Jalen Marie Vajon, magna cum laude. Grace E.R. Walker, magna cum laude. Skylar Victoria Walker. Peyton Weems West. Hannah Louise Wetmore. Lady Raja Anise White, cum laude. Courtney Alexis Wilson, cum laude. Joey N. Wilson. Rebecca Wilson. Will the members of the class of 2024 receiving the Bachelor of Science please stand? President Zhao. Upon the approval of the faculty of Agnes Scott College, I present the members of the class of 2024 whose attainments in this college entitle them to the degree of Bachelor of Science.
On the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority invested in me by the Board of Trustees of Agnes Scott College, I hereby confer upon those candidates whose names were read here the degree of Bachelors of Science with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Tierra Allen. Amanda Assay. Mary Madeline Bilamovitz, summa cum laude. Deborah Amarie Price Brooks. Madeline Ruth Bish, summa cum laude. Nesreen Shaban, summa cum laude. Zaina Chagani, magna cum laude. Maud Irene Chapeau, cum laude. Aaliyah Nicole Davis, cum laude. Diana Elazori. Kristen Madison Gilbert. Ashia Gillette, magna cum laude. Taylor Green. Jasmine Renee Green. Isabel Grovenstein, magna cum laude. Roisin Maria Hagel. Gabby Hall, cum laude. Maya Amira Hassan, cum laude. Rosibel Hernandez Perez. Olivia Ogechi Ibe, cum laude. Kajira James. Kayla Ayana Jones, magna cum laude. Colleen Marie King. Grace Crum, summa cum laude. Arabella Annalise Lewis, magna cum laude. Faith Vanaya Lockhart. Ashley Raquel Mabry. Isabel Talent Masawi, magna cum laude. Kayla Ashley Melton. Jada Sabah Milner. Esther Okamoto, cum laude. Jaden Misty Patterson. Agina Rai. Surmila Rai. Dazeen Fatima Rizvi, cum laude. Isabella Jane Schneider. Akila Shaw. Dorothy J. Sherwin. Amani Pearl Singleton, cum laude. Callie A. Taylor. Jade J. Thigpen. Katiuska Toral Castillo. Sydney McKenna Ward. Ayana Michaela Susie Williams.
Congratulations, graduates. Please switch the tassel on your mortarboard from the right side to the left. We now turn to the conferring of master's degrees, after which students will come forward for the diplomas.
Will the candidates for Master of Arts and the Master of Science please stand? President Zach, upon the approval of the faculty of Agnes Scott College, I present the candidates for the degrees of Master of Arts and Master of Science, whose attainments in this college entitle them to those degrees.
On the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority invested in me by the Board of Trustees of Agnes Scott College, I hereby confer upon those candidates whose names will be read here the degree of Master of Arts or Master of Science, with all rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations to our master's graduates.
Alexis Brown. Bianca Jeancro Campbell. Haley Nicole Dunnigan. Zamira Glorielle Griffin. Bethany Gabrielle Guider. Eugenie Hale. Laura Dale Hilson. Taylor Jasko. Saray Kim. Margaret Landers. Patrick Mallory. Nijah Janan Sabir. Abigail Elizabeth Shannon. Lynette A. Shaw. Courtney Elena Shaw. Shell Spiegel. Tyra Wilson. Anna Kirsten Young. Kaya Carolyn Banks. Tanaya Diari Bartley. Reagan Charity Bruce. Abigail Elmura Donistor. Jameson Darden. Leah Alexis Dixon. Naya Dorsey. Selena Gertis. Tatiana Gonzalez. Carlandria Rose Clarnicia Harris. Talea Diamond Harrison. Kobe McConico. Sydney I. Simpson. Kiera Jalise Singleton. And Kayla Alexis Skinner.
Trustee Dr. Tawana Ware joins Dean Rachel Bowser, Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students Shakora Martin, Associate Vice President and Dean of the College Douglas Fons, Associate Vice President and Dean for Graduate Studies Kelly Ball, and me in congratulating all of our 2024 graduates. Okay. We're almost there. I want to thank you to our platform party and to Professor Tracy Laird for announcing names of each of our graduates today. Thank you, Tracy. Once again, we extend our warmest congratulations and salute all of our new graduates. You should be very proud of your accomplishments. We are so proud of you. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce Ellen Gaffney from the class of 1987, immediate past president of Agnes Scott's Alumni Association, who brings greetings to our new alums. Ellen?
On behalf of the Agnes Scott Alumni Association and the thousands of Scotties all over the world, it is my pleasure to offer you congratulations and welcome you into the ranks of our vast alumni network. It is such an honor to be here to celebrate this milestone with you. 37 years ago, I sat where you are today. I am proud of my education and this institution's commitment to developing leaders in a complex world. I found my voice at Agnes, but I did not do it on my own. I had faculty, friends, and family members supporting me along the way. I want you to know that you are part of a supportive network that will always be in your corner, and I invite you to take advantage of that network to which you now belong. I personally appreciate the ability to lean on and learn from fellow alums in the alumni community. After receiving my diploma, I could have walked away, but instead I chose to give back, to stay involved. And I can promise you that the return for me has greatly exceeded anything that I have given. 2 years ago, I was present at your sophomore ring ceremony, and I was really moved by your excitement to receive your rings. So I want to invite you to look at your rings right now. Absolutely, should have put a ring on it. As undergraduates, the ASC letters on your ring are worn so that they are turned toward you as you continue your journey of learning and leadership development. At your graduation, you are invited to turn your ring around so that the letters face out for all the world to see, and you begin your journey as Agnes Scott alumni. So will the class of 2024 please turn your rings around? I encourage you to wear your rings with pride and with the responsibility that comes with being an Agnes Scott alum, to think deeply, to live honorably, and to engage the social and intellectual challenges of our times. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ellen, for those welcoming messages to our graduates. And I'm so excited about the tradition of our ring and the ring ceremony and the tradition we follow today by turning the letters outward so everyone can see that you are Agnes Scott graduates. Now, following the recessional, families and friends of our graduates are invited to celebrate together at a reception with members of the college community in Evans Hall and the Alumni Gardens. The 135th Commencement exercises of Agnes Scott College are hereby concluded. Please stand. Please stand as able for the recessional and remain standing in your place until the recessional concludes. You will be then directed by ushers. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing in this special day. And again, congratulations to our graduates.
Thank you.